welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a little bit of a yarn haul since I stopped at Hobby Lobby and got some of their clearance yarn, which I hadn't done before. I was seeing a lot of people's videos on the Hobby Lobby clearance and was like, okay, hopefully I'll get there in time to get some. I didn't realize that the clearance was all mixed in. I really kind of thought they'd have a separate clearance area. Michael's does, and a lot of places do. So I did ask somebody and they directed me that it was all kind of mixed in. So so I was able to get a pretty decent haul. I should have did a count of how many I got. Let me see here. 19, 20, 21, 22. Looks like I got 23 skeins altogether. Let me double check. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 21. Missing 2, if that's the case, which is possible. Well, 20 to 23, something like that. In addition to the yarn, I ended up picking up some of this embroidery floss because I was thinking about trying to do crocheted bookmarks, and I'm gonna kind of need this for the tassel at the end. I really wasn't sure what color to get, but this was pretty, so we may try to do that. So out of all of these skeins, it looks like my total, well, 23 skeins, my total came to $55.91, which I thought was really good. So I'm gonna start off with, actually before I even get to those, I'm just gonna interject with, I stopped at Michael's to check out their clearance, and they had some yarn on clearance that I had already picked up on clearance, and I didn't really want any more of it, and they really didn't have anything else that I wanted except for these, which, sorry, upside down. It's the Karen Cotton Painterly cakes. These were $5 each, and I ended up getting 2 of them. So they are cotton, let's see, 60% cotton, 40% acrylic, and there's 227 grams, 481 yards. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with these yet, because this pasteliness, obviously I'm not going to do a shawl with this. I'm not going to do a blanket with this. I'm not really sure yet what to do with these. So I could try to do, I may try to do some kind of a mesh bag of some sort. That way there, because this says kids to me, and kids can use those mesh bags for their toys, bath, you know, whatever, and it'll be washable. So that's that. So the Hobby Lobby yarn, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, which is the Yarn Bee Uberlux, and the colorway is charcoal. And again, I wouldn't normally go out and get this kind of yarn. It's not my favorite to work with, but you don't want to make blankets with this, and blankets have been my forte up to this point. This is probably something that would be better for a scarf or maybe even a hat. This is let's see, looks like it's a 6 weight. Looks thicker than that though, but yeah, 6 weight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I got 6 of these. And then I got 3. Oh, they were price. It says $2.49. I just want to make sure. Hold on. They were $1.87. Yes, $1.87. You can probably see. Okay. Then also for $1.87, I got more. This is a medium gray. And it looks like there's 3 of those. And then I got, again, these are all $1.87. Sagery. And this is kind of what happens. It's a little splitty, so it's not always the best to work with. Then we have honeycomb, and I only have one of those. And again, this is just all that they had. I took everything they had. Then we have I think this colorway is called Fox and Flame. There's 2 of those, and I think that's it for that particular kind of yarn. Then I got this anti-pilling bamboo chunky by Premier for $2.50 a piece. And this colorway is called Blue Raspberry. And I'm sorry, but that looks super green to me. 131 yards, 3.5 ounces, 80% acrylic, 20% bamboo. So there's 2 of those. Then I have 2 of these True Colors. And this colorway, these were $1.24. They didn't have very much of this. This is a weight 6. And actually, this anti-pilling was a 5. This is called Mauve, which I don't know, looks a little darker than a mauve to me, but there's 2 of those. And then I have 1 of these Dream Supreme by Yarn Bee, and these were $2.24. And this colorway is why are they so hard to find sometimes? Linen. Yeah, just 1 of these. But it's 8 ounces, 144 yards. So I don't mind those. Again, these are chunkier yarns. I don't prefer, because again, you do get a lot of splitting with these. But this to me is kind of a neutral that I compare with something else. So I'm okay with it. And then I have 4 of these anti-pilling bamboo. 80% acrylic, 20% bamboo, also $2.50. Same as the other one that was the Blue Raspberry or whatever. And this colorway is Terracotta. And again, 4 of those. And then I also picked up a couple, well, 3 new crochet hooks, because I always like to leave my crochet hooks with my projects, and then I'm always looking for them. So I wanted to have, you know, quite a few of the normal sizes that I typically use the most. So this one is a 6.5 millimeter. And this brand is Yarnology. And then this next one is 6 millimeter, also Yarnology. I love this one because it's purple and I love purple, so that's super cute. And then this other one is 6 millimeter also, Yarnology. And I like that it was just kind of multicolored. So I was very happy with that haul. I felt like that was such a great price. And then I was able to get a decent amount of yarn. So I also wanted to let you guys know that I had bought, hold on one sec. I bought a super thick yarn that I think I had showed you guys before. It is huge and it requires a 25 millimeter hook, which I eventually got, and it's ginormous. I am making a blanket for a friend of mine. I paid full price for this yarn, which was like $12.50. I would never normally do that. And I had thought a couple of times on just returning this and getting something different, but I'm not gonna bother. I mean, it was probably, how many did I get? Did I get 4 or 5? So it was about $50–$60 for this yarn. And, you know, they're worth it. They do a lot for me, so I'm okay this time. I probably wouldn't do it again. But she was specific about wanting a really chunky blanket, so I wanted to get something super squished for her. So we're gonna end up keeping this, and I'm still playing with how I want to do the stitch, because this isn't just like any other crochet. I mean, you can barely see this even though it's a light color. It's kind of like you almost have to do this with your fingers. The hook does help, but it's very manual. And, you know, thankfully it's going to work up quick because it's a thick yarn, but not easy to work with, and I would not probably want to do this again. And I'm not saying that this is going to be a successful project either. If it ends up not being, I may bring back the yarn, because I'm going to know in this first skein if this is something I'm going to continue to work with or not. Once I get, you know, 4, 5, 6 rows, I'm going to know. So we'll see what happens with this. I'm a little skeptical, but trying to be optimistic about it. So I had to end the last clip rather abruptly because I'm having issues with my YouTube account. It's just telling me that I can't upload videos that are more than 15 minutes because I have more than 2 accounts associated with my email, which I don't. I mean, I did, but I don't now, and I have no idea how to fix it. So I'm gonna have to do some research, and if I can't figure this out, to have all of these videos be only 15 minutes or less is really gonna be super annoying. So anyway, if you have any idea how I can fix that, please let me know. Like I said, I did, but I got rid of them. So and it doesn't, I mean, I'm guessing it means YouTube videos, but not Google. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna have to shorten these videos, I guess. It's tough for me to not talk so much, so we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching.